Using sinking funds has been the number one thing that has helped us with budgeting and sticking to a budget. It is a great way to save up for big expenses. A sinking fund is just saving a little bit at a time for a bigger expense, like a one-time purchase, annual bill, or an unexpected expense that you know will happen, like home or car repairs. Sinking funds help you absorb the expense over multiple months and multiple paychecks, so it's not such a big hit to your budget, which is what often throws people off budgeting in general. So sinking funds are really critical, and today we are going to set up all of our 2021 sinking funds. I'm going to show you what sinking funds we're doing for the year and how we are spreading them out over multiple paychecks and months. Our sinking funds are generally categorized into two different types. The first is date-based, so we want to save a certain amount to spend on a certain item by a certain date, and then ongoing sinking funds where we are saving every single paycheck or month to make sure we have money when something unexpected happens, like a car repair. Even though we don't know when it will happen, we know it's going to happen. Because we are now debt free besides our mortgage, we probably could cash flow almost any expense that comes up, and we don't really need to do sinking funds, but it's such a good habit and has helped us so much to stay on track. We are still going to continue on with sinking funds and planning out expenses like this. The first sinking fund we're going to do is for birthdays, and that is $1,000 we want to save by April. We have 6 family birthdays in April, including all of ours, so we want to make sure that we have money, and basically there's 8 paychecks, so we're going to divide 1,000 by 8 to get 125 per paycheck that we're going to save until April. Basically, when you're doing a date-based sinking fund, you decide the amount you need by a certain date, and then you divide the either number of months or number of paychecks until that date, and then that gives you how much you need to save per paycheck or month. So the next is Christmas, and we want to save $550. We will also add some gift cards and stuff to that, so that's not the total amount we'll spend, but $550, and there's 22 paychecks by the time it gets to where we actually want to spend the money, so $25 per paycheck. So with things like Christmas, you're going to want to think of when you're spending the money. Obviously, you don't spend it on Christmas, so mine is kind of ending around Black Friday so I can shop earlier. Then our car insurance, we need to save $475 by July. That is something we pay every 6 months, and we do get a discount for paying it every 6 months instead of paying monthly, so that's why we do it that way. And that is 12 paychecks since we have 2 paychecks a month, so $40 per paycheck. That will give us a little tiny bit over that $475, but that is preferable in my opinion. I like to have a little bit of cushion everywhere in case something happens or some sort of fee magically appears. And then life insurance is something for my husband that we pay quarterly. We pay mine monthly because that's how it was set up. And then for him, we pay quarterly. It is $118 that we need by March, by the end of the month of March. So that amount that we need to save by March, when we have 6 paychecks in between the time that we're starting this and the time that we need the money, is $20. I did write 30 down here. I don't know why my brain's based on that, but we do have it set up to do $20 per paycheck. So that is how much we are going to be saving for the life insurance. These are all of the date-based items that we are going to be saving for this year. So they are 2 different categories in my head. One is spending, so birthdays and Christmas, that is just money that we'll be spending on activities and gifts. And then actual bills is the second one. So the car insurance and life insurance, those are bills that are coming up, but they're not monthly, so it's good to plan ahead for them. Next, we are going to do the ongoing sinking funds. These are things that we add to every single month and just build up a fund for when unexpected expenses are going to happen, but they are unexpected, but we know they will happen. So we have one for car repair, and that we are putting $50 a month into, and we will increase it once we're done with some of our other goals earlier in the year. Then we also have a house fund, and this is where we are going to pull some money for our new fridge from, and then also combine some of the money that I earn from my YouTube channel and online activities. So right now we're going to do $200 a month into the house fund. Then we will pull for the fridge when we purchase it in February. I did look up when the best time to buy a fridge is, and I'm going to try to aim for a President's Day sale. Fingers crossed that it exists. And of course, like I said, we're going to add a big chunk from my ad revenue toward that account to purchase the fridge, because that is how we are celebrating being debt free and all of the money that I earned to become debt free. So the final category in our sinking funds for ongoing things are for pet expenses, because we have 2 large dogs and they are pretty costly. So we're going to do $50 a month for that, and that will cover their vet bills and the medicines that they have to get. Usually, probably, I think we do it once a year. It might be every 6 months, because we kind of alternate which one goes to the vet at which time. Those are the ones where we kind of have expected expenses, but we don't know quite how much they will be or when they will exactly happen, because our dogs get sick. We have things that break in our house. We have car repairs, stuff like that. Okay, and now I am going to flip over to my sinking funds tracker for the month of January and kind of show you how I am doing this. Basically, whenever I'm writing this down, I am just tracking it. I do all of my sinking funds for the most part in my bank account. So for birthdays, I started with nothing, and I'm putting $125 with our first paycheck of the month. Christmas also started with nothing, and that's $25, so $25 is in that account. Car insurance, we had just paid it in December, so again, starting with nothing, put $40 in there, so we've got $40 for car insurance. Life insurance, same thing, everything was due in December, so we are starting over with that. For car repair, we did have $52 in the account, so when I add my $50 for the month, we're up to $102. For my house repair sinking fund, we had nothing, and we are at $200, so $200 for the month, and that's the total balance. For the pets account, we did have $80 left over in there, so adding $50, we have $130 in that account. I am also going to be checking my Transfer Tuesday transfers, so $8 for that first week, so $208, and then all of these at the top will get another one for this month, since that was per paycheck.